You know, lots of people, when I meet them on the street here in the very heart of London, always ask me a couple of things. Neil, where can we get good British fish and chips, you know? And the first thing I would say is I wouldn't come to a pub, and I don't mean that rudely. I would go to a traditional fish and chip shop, one that actually does it in either sort of beer batter or goose. Yes, yes, roast potatoes and lovely, aren't they? But that would be my advice. And then the other thing they say is there a great British pub? And there are so many as well that have got such rich histories, you know. This one, for instance, was built in 1929, but there's been a pub on this site since the 1700s. And it's the sort of places that people wanted to meet, and really predominantly, I don't know if you know this, but pubs really sort of emerged into their own simply because they were warm, sometimes better furnished and all that sort of thing than people's houses. So for the price of a drink, they could get heat, conversation, and sitting in better area, you know, making friends, that sort of stuff. Of course, the pubs have got a bit of a battering in the last sort of few years simply because of the high costs and rising rents and stuff like that, and all the negativity, the anti-smoking, the smoking outside. Now, my motto is each to their own. You all know the risks, it's up to you. If you want to smoke outside, that's your prerogative. Why not? It's the same with a drink. Many people who watch this channel know I don't actually drink. That doesn't mean I don't go to a pub and enjoy a drink with a friend as a social event, you understand? But what's interesting now is the government over here are trying to pass through a brand new bill, which is ridiculous in itself. And, you know, it's just beyond stupidity when you think, because apparently we will not be allowed to talk about things like, say, gender, transgender, Islam in any negative form. There are many other listed things, as you can see on this particular report. Now, a lot of people are up in arms. Now, apparently this is because if bar staff hear you speaking in a negative way or have an argument, then they'll report you and that will be that. Well, two things why this won't work. Pubs are in decline. They're very expensive to run. Bar staff need a job. It's normally a job run by either dedicated publicans or students or out-of-work actors. That's how I did it. Now, what's fascinating about this is that then if you are overheard saying something that they don't agree with, why would they report you simply because they need your business? Unless you were throwing chairs around like John Wayne in a saloon, it's ridiculous. So once again, an absolute cack-handed idea, or literally from the current British government, the Labour Party, about how they're going to, you know, cut down on people saying negative things. The one big thing, of course, which is just fascinating, is this is all backed up on the fact that the current British Prime Minister, Starmer, wants to protect, as we know, the mosques, right? And not only that, but the Muslims too. Now, forgive me if I'm wrong, but Muslims don't drink, right? So why would they be in a pub? And how could they possibly be offended? Again, another ridiculous bill that they're trying to push through that will seemingly go nowhere. Anybody else agree? Or let's say another way. Let's have a drink to that, yeah? Neil Sean in the very heart of London. The lights are on.